Alright, welcome back. Breaking. Obasanjo writes another open letter to Buhari. Alright, and then the names and details. Onto this, Nigeria's former president Olusegun Matthew Okikiola Aremo Obasanjo has written another open letter to President Muhammadu Buhari. Obasanjo's letter advises President Buhari to convoke a national confabulation where humanity among various ethnic groups scares off marginalization and then sundry issues with be x-rayed and pragmatic solutions preferred. He said all hands need to be on deck. In the letter, OBJ suggested a meeting among former heads of state, president, retired service chiefs, top security experts, foremost traditional rulers, political and ethnic leaders, and other stakeholders to be held in a bid to finding lasting solutions to the myriad of challenges confronting us as a nation. Alright, and then on to this, the letter stated that Dear President and then General Buhari, open letter to President General Muhammadu Buhari. Alright, according to the statement, it has been stated that I am constrained to write to you this open letter. I decided to make it an open letter because the issue is very weighty and then must be greatly worrisome to all concerned Nigerians, and that means all right thinking Nigerians and then those residents in Nigeria shine the issues is of momentous concern to all well-meaning and all right-thinking Nigerians. It must be a great concern to you, and then collective thinking and then dialoguing is the best way of finding an appropriate and adequate solution to the problem. The content of this letter, therefore, should be available to all those who can help in preferring effective solutions for the problem of insecurity in the land. One of the spin-offs and then accelerants is the misinformation and the disinformation through the use of fake news. A number of articles in recent days have been attributed to me by some people who I believe may be seeking added credence and an attentive audience for their opinions and then viewpoints. As you know very well, I will always boldly hold what I say and then disown what is put into my mouth. But the issue I am addressing here is very serious. It is the issue of life and death for all of us and for our dear country, Nigeria. This issue can no longer be ignored, treated with nonchalance, swept under the carpet, or treated with Cordin's glove. This issue is eating at the foundation of our existence as Nigerians and then fast eroding the roots of our Nigerian community. I am very much worried and afraid that we are on the precipice and then dangerously reaching a tipping point where it may no longer be possible to hold danger at bay without being immodest as a Nigerian who still bears the scar of the Nigerian Civil War on my body, and with a son who bears the scar of fighting Boko Haram on his body. You can understand, I hope, why I am so concerned when people are desperate and then feel that they cannot have confidence in the ability of government to provide security for their lives and their properties. They will take recourse to anything and everything that can guarantee their security individually and collectively. For our 10 years, for 4 of which you have been the captain of the ship, Boko Haram has menacingly ravaged the land, and in spite of government's claim of victory over Boko Haram, The potency and the activities of Boko Haram, where they are active, remain undiminished, putting light to government's claim. The recent explanation of the Chief of Army Staff for non-victory due to lack of commitment and lack of motivation on the part of troops bordering on sabotage speaks for itself. Say what you will, Boko Haram is still a daily issue of insecurity for those who are victimized, killed, maimed, kidnapped, raped, sold into slavery, and then forced into marriage, and for children forcibly recruited into carrying bombs on them to detonate among crowds of people to cause maximum destructions and then damage. And Boko Haram will not go away on the basis of sticks alone. Carrot must overweigh sticks. How else do you deal with issues such as only 50% literacy in Northeast with over 70% unemployment? Well, herdsmen and farmers crisis and the menace started with government treating the issue with codling glove instead of armor. Well, it has festered and spread today. It has developed into banditry, kidnapping, armed robbery, and then killings all over the country. The unfortunate situation is that the criminality is being perceived as a Fulani menace unleashed by Fulani elites in the different parts of the country for a number of reasons, but even more unfortunately, many Nigerians and non-Nigerians who are friends of Nigeria attach vicarious vicarious responsibility to you as a Fulani elite and the current captain of the Nigerian ship. Perception may be as potent as reality at times. Whatever may be the grievances of Fulanis, if any, they need to be put out in the open, and their grievances, if legitimate, be addressed, and that if other ethnic groups have grievances, let them also be brought out in the open and addressed through debate and dialogue. All right, and then the main issue, if I may dare say, is poor management or mismanagement of diversity, which on the other hand is one of our greatest and more important assets. As a result, very wondrous cloud is gathering, and the reign of destruction, violence, disaster, and disunity can only be the outcome. Nothing should be taken for granted. The clock is ticking with the cacophony of dissatisfaction and disaffection everywhere in and outside the country. The presidency and the Congress in the US have signaled to us to put our house in order. The House of Lords in the UK had debated the Nigerian security situation. We must understand and appreciate the significance, application, and the likely consequences of such concerns and deliberations. All right, and then onto this, the former president continued by saying that, according to him, he continues to say that no one can stop hate speech, violent agitation, and smothering violent agitation if he fans the embers of hatred, disaffection, and violence. It will continue to snowball until it is out of control. A stitch in time saves nine, goes the old wise saying. With the death of Funke, Chief Fasorante's daughter, some sympathetic Nigerian groups are saying enough is enough. Professor Anya, a distinguished Nigerian merit laureate, has this to say. According to this, it says, we can no longer say with certainty that we have a nation. Niger Delta leaders, Southeastern leaders, Middle Belt leaders, and the Northern Elders Forum have not remained quiet. Different ordinary Nigerians at home and abroad are calling for different measures to address or ameliorate the situation. All the calls and cries can only continue to be ignored at the expense of Nigerian unity, if not its continued existence. To be explicit and without equivocation, Mr. President and General, I am deeply worried about four avoidable calamities. 1. Abandoning Nigeria into the hands of criminals who are all being suspected rightly or wrongly as Fulanis and terrorists of Boko Haram type. 2. Spontaneous or planned reprisal attacks against Fulanis which may inadvertently or advertently mushroom into pogrom or Rwanda-type genocide that we did not believe could happen and yet it happened. 3. Similar attacks against any other tribe or ethnic group anywhere in the country, initiated by rumors, fears, intimidation, and revenge capable of leading to pogrom. 4. Violent uprising beginning from one section of the country and then spreading quickly to other areas and then leading to dismemberment of the country. Well, it happened to Yugoslavia not too long ago. If we do not act now, one or all of these scenarios may happen. We must pray and take effective actions at the same time. The initiative is in the hands of the president of the nation, but he cannot do it alone. In my part of the world, if you are sharpening your cutlass and a madman comes from behind to take the cutlass from you, you need other people's assistance to have your cutlass back without being armed. The madmen with serious criminal intent and then terrorism as core value have taken cutlass of security, the need for assistance to regain. Control is obviously compelling and it must be embraced now. A couple of weeks ago at a public lecture, I had said, among other things, that in all these issues of mobilization for national unity, stability, security, cooperation, development, growth, and progress, there is no consensus. Like in the issue of security, government should open up discussion, debate, and dialogue as part of consultation at different levels, and the outcome of such deliberations should be collated to form input into a national conference to come up with the solution that will effectively deal with the issue and lead to rapid development, growth, and progress, which will give us a wholesome society and enhanced living standard and a livelihood in an exclusive and a shared society. It will be a national program. We need unity of purpose and a nationally accepted strategic roadmap that will not change with whims and caprices of any government. It must be owned by the citizens, people's policy, and a strategy implemented by the government, no matter its color and leaning. All right, my people, a lot of things had actually been said onto this one, and then this had been signed by the former president Olusegun Obasanjo. All right, and then according to what he ended with, he said, May God open to us a window of opportunity that we can still use to prevent the worst happening, as we say in my village. May God forbid bad things. Signed, Olusegun Obasanjo. All right, and then that has been it on this one. Meanwhile, let me have your take on this, and remember to subscribe for more updates. Thanks and God bless.